Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great today. Today, we're talking about double the Van Damme, double the kicks, double impact. Starring Claude Van Damme. Like he said, he's going to be playing two characters in this movie. I think that might have been the tagline, right? Double the Van Damme, double the kicks or something. Double the roundhouse kicks. Something like that. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. Anyways, let's get into Double Impact, starting Jean-Claude Van Damme. The movie has Van Damme playing twin brothers, separated at birth. One is raised in a polished, rich environment, while the other one is a streetwise fighter. I think he was in an orphan home. I don't know how they got separated like that. Anyways, it's fun because it actually shows that Van Damme has some acting range in this one. The characters are so different that I think it's kind of easier for him because there ain't no sudden nuances. But you know, the rich guy is kind of pampered, kind of like a wimpy type of character, but he has good fighting skills. And then you have the street fighter guy, who's street tough, kick first, ask questions later type of person. And then this is a good old revenge movie. King of... There should be a tagline that says that Van Damme is the king of revenge movies, because like most of his movies, it's him getting revenge. The setup is your classic action melodrama. The parents are murdered by a corrupt businessman who are backed up by the mob. Sorry, they're trying to get my thoughts straight. And the twins eventually, after they're separated from birth, like I said, come back together. From 1991, the special effects are pretty good. When Van Damme, two characters are on the same screen, it looks pretty realistic. I think they used some lighting to cover up the flaws that the technology had at that time. But when they're together, you can't really tell that they're pasted together. So it's very well done. You know, kind of like when you watch Willow, where you get the little brownies and they're with the big people, you can kind of tell that the brownies aren't really in the scene. You don't have that problem with Double Impact. I think there's probably, a 3 to 4 year difference between those movies. But anyways, they've done it very well together. Sliced it really well together. I'll say it was probably even done better than Back to the Future 2. There and 3, you kind of tell that Michael J. Fox is not really on the screen with himself. I thought Double Impact did a better job with that. Of course, you know, the technology probably advanced a little bit more. The action is mixed. It's a mix of great action scenes and cheesiness. You got villains shooting Van Damme. They're like 5 feet apart from him. And, you know, he's just hiding behind like a table. You know, it's that scene in Naked Gun where he's shooting, him and the villain are shooting each other. And they're like 5 feet apart and they can't hit each other. That's kind of, you get a scene like that in Double Impact. Another cheesy part is when he's diving on the floor and he's rolling and he's shooting bad guys. Like, you can't roll and shoot with any accuracy whatsoever. But, you know, it's an action movie. It's Van Damme. Usually let it pass, right? Because, you know, you gotta, you know, it's not believable in real life. Anything's believable on the screen. So, you know, that's kind of the cheesiness there. And of course, then you got, I can never pronounce this actor's name very well. You got the good old Bolo Young, or whatever. But he's the villain from Bloodsport. I know you guys know who I'm talking about. It's the big, nasty guy. Every karate movie, almost every karate movie, he's the big, you know, he's the villain. So you do got that Bloodsport reunion. But honestly, I feel like the fight in Bloodsport is the better fight between the two. And I feel like if you're going to bring an actor back as a villain to a different movie, with, you know, if you're going to bring an actor back with another hero action star movie, like the second time they're with that action star, it should be a better fight. I feel like Double Impact doesn't really deliver the goods this time, and the Bloodsport is definitely a superior fight between our villain and our hero there. That's my personal opinion. Let me know in the comments below which one you think better. You think Bloodsport has the better fight between these two, or if Double Impact does? Overall, Double Impact has some of Van Damme's best action scenes, even if they're mixed with some of the cheesiness, you know. The twin gimmick works better than you expect. The supporting cast does their job, and the movie is pure 90s action fun. Not perfect, but definitely a movie to watch if you are a Van Damme fan. And if somebody's never seen a Van Damme movie, and I was just scrolling down, Amazon Prime or something, and I saw Double Impact, I'm like, you know what? This would be a good movie for them to get a taste of Van Damme. I do think this movie does kind of show Van Damme's acting range. One thing I've noticed rewatching these movies is that his acting is pretty good. Van Damme is a pretty good actor. He really does. He is able to get across emotions. He's not like Schwarzenegger and Stallone, who are always stoic, stone face. Van Damme does have characters that show vulnerability. He does cry in his movies, so he does have that emotional range, unlike Stallone and Schwarzenegger did during its time period. So Double Impact. I love Double Impact. I think it's a very good movie. When it's on TV, I watch it. If I'm scrolling through, trying to look for something to watch, and I see it, I'm like, I put it on there. Is it Van Damme's best movie? Probably not. A lot of people who know Van Damme probably wouldn't know that Double Impact was his movie. Because they're probably more, it's not like Bloodsport or Lionheart or Hard Target. It's not one of those well-known Van Damme movies. It's probably on the second tier of his movies. But overall, that's what I think about this movie. Let me know in the comments below. Where would you place Double Impact in Van Damme's catalog of movies? Do you think it's one of his better ones? Is it an average one? Lower tier? Let me know below, and have a great day. Until next time, bye.